I don't like the Nether. I don't like any blocks in the Nether. I don't like any mobs in the Nether. Like the blaze things were ridiculous. The Nether sucks. So bad pick.
Did you ever make like an underground? Like one thing I would always do is like,
Nope. Never did anything in the underground. I tried to avoid it at all costs. Didn't like it. Hated it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of What's Your Rushmore? I am joined by two super special guests. One, which was here on time, and the other, which was here about 35 to 50 minutes after we had agreed on the time.
Really gonna do them like that, eh?
A.
Yeah.
The person that was here on time is PaperNapkin,
I'm very punctual.
aka Peter. The other person that was not on time is Aiden, aka AMP1520, aka the great tardy dude, aka the worst drafter ever, aka
Whoa.
don't want you on the next podcast.
Whoa,
Wow.
too far.
Whoa, too real.
Whoa.
Cutting them off just like that. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we should hear him out to see why he took so long to get
Yeah,
here.
why'd you take so long, Aiden? Let's hear that.
Yeah. So, I was actually visiting my fiance's family.
Wow. Instantly making us feel bad. Cool. All right.
And
Their dog just died. They're having a very touching ceremony.
yeah, their dog had butt cancer, and
We were getting Chipotle, and the line was longer than we thought.
That I kind of wanted at Starbucks.
Yeah, then I wanted to take longer just to make you guys wait to
The
insert my
cashier
palate.
charged us for sprinkles when I got chocolate chips. It's a huge thing.
Yeah,
Huge
we
deal.
were just taking a little longer because I wanted to get out, but we kind of had to say goodbye to everyone, and we were still kind of getting ready to go. So it took a little longer than expected. And then by the time we were on the road, went and grabbed a little bit of food.
Oh, there it
and
is.
then, yep, there it is. And then I was late. So,
Okay.
sorry.
No. It's fine.
Sorry,
it's
not
fine.
sorry.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
No, we get it. You know.
I
You
had
have a
this
important
vision
family
of
to take care of.
there being like a coat room or something, and just like a Great Gatsby type of party, and you just losing your ticket, and there's like your coat has like a giant picture of your face, and they're like, no, like sorry, you don't have your number. It's like, well, clearly that's my jacket. It has a picture of my face on the back.
What?
And they're like, no. Okay, whatever. Anyways, what are we drafting here today, boys?
We're drafting Minecraft blocks.
Don't all speak at once. Minecraft blocks.
I
Yes.
know. I thought we were gonna do it in unison.
So I wanted to do a disclaimer at the very beginning here, even though we're about 5 to 10 minutes in, speaking about nonsense, that this is a very niche episode, meaning I know that not everyone's played Minecraft. I know not everyone's a gamer, whatever. So I'm going to have maybe 1 out of every 4 to 5 episodes be kind of pretty unique as niche type of thing, where the person I have on or people that I have on might be a specialist or something in a particular category. But then besides that, I might have videos where it's TV shows or just thing that everyone could probably relate to. So this one, if you're not a super into Minecraft, then I don't know, you might not get the most out of this podcast, this particular episode. But I am going to put this on the old YouTube channel. So if you are listening on YouTube, go ahead and check out the podcast on Podbean or on Apple Podcast. Go ahead and follow. And we're going to be trying to do this every Wednesday. So I'll have different guests here and there. AMP1520, aka Aiden, and PaperNapkin, aka Peter, will probably be regulars on the podcast, so you'll hear a lot from them. So wanted to, before we get into Minecraft blocks, how have you guys been since we last talked? It hasn't been too long, but Aiden, you said
Good
that you
still, yeah.
were at like a party or whatever, did your thing, and then we're late to this
Yeah,
podcast. But
it was a
besides
small
that,
get together.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Just been getting ready for fantasy football season, as you know. Doing a lot of best ball drafts. I don't know if you've done that before, but they're a lot of fun because you can do. I do it on DraftKings, so I just put like $1 or a couple dollars down, and you just draft the team, and then you don't touch it the rest of the year. And it automatically picks like the best lineup, so it's pretty fun. And then I did this little gathering. I wouldn't even call it a party because it was just her and her family. So it was just small gathering, and we were doing some left, right, center. I don't know if you guys have played left, right, center, but it's really fun. Like kind of gambling, but it's a lot of fun.
Ooh.
Never heard of it.
Also, I no longer sound like I'm underwater, so yeah.
Oh yeah, you got a new mic.
Yeah.
What
kind of mic did you get?
I just got a blue snowball.
Oh, the classic.
Yeah, because I knew it was cheap, and I'm not rich, so.
Let the record show that Aiden is cheap. Okay, so Paper, what have you been up to?
Great question. So I'm a little bit hungover because this weekend I went on a brewery tour. It was very fun. Drank a lot of beer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Aside from that, preparing for fantasy hockey season. So I'm the league commissioner, so I was setting it up on Yahoo and getting all the categories together and getting the people their invite links and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed that I've not been invited to this hockey league ever.
Well, this is a work
hardcore
hockey pool.
Yeah.
So this is very much just coworkers that
Canadians
have
only.
been in it for years. Yeah, I think we all are Canadian, but you know what? If we wanted to do another one, we could.
No, it's okay. Down. I'm just kidding. But I do watch a lot of hockey and really care about gambling and consider you a good friend of mine. So, yeah, but whatever. It's fine.
It is what it is. If you happen to make your own fantasy hockey pool and I'm not invited, I won't be surprised.
No. I don't think I have enough people that really watch hockey to make my own fantasy hockey pool. But I do. I mean, yeah, whatever. Another topic for another day.
I think we tried that one year, and I was terrible at it. I think we did something with you, Paper. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a YouTube hockey
5 years
pool.
Ago?
Oh, what? I don't even remember this.
Yeah, I had a bunch of my YouTube viewers and you guys in there, and it was just half the people stopped. Adjusting their lineup.
I remember maybe I was one of the people that didn't adjust their lineup at all, but I remember doing one fantasy hockey league ever, and I won, and I was really happy.
Yeah, that was the one.
That was the one.
Did I I don't remember this. I don't remember playing with you.
Dude, I remember
this was 9 years ago.
I tried to go for the most penalty minutes or something.
Oh,
you could go for
that was that league then.
Yeah, that was an interesting experience.
Well, I drafted all Sharks players, and they were doing really well that year. Not all Sharks players, but
a lot of them, yeah.
A lot, Thornton Marleau and guys like that were having really good years in their prime. But anyways, this is not a hockey podcast.
Should be, though. No.
It could be. We are drafting Minecraft blocks, and if you've never heard an episode of What's Your Rushmore, I don't know what you've been doing, but basically what we do is we are going to build our own mountains. Mount Rushmore has 4 presidents on it, and we're essentially picking a topic, in this case, Minecraft blocks. So any block that you can place down in Minecraft onto the ground or any kind of surface in Minecraft. And we're going to pick those. Once someone picks an item or a block or whatever you want to call it, then no one else can pick that. So and then we're going to talk about what we want to our mountain to look like, where we're going to put it as far as the location, what it looks like, all that jazz and stuff and fun crafting things. And yeah. To determine the order of the draft, because we cannot pick the same stuff, we are going to have a question to determine the order. And I believe Paper has the question for today's episode. So I'll give it to you.
I might have a list of questions because I had a lot of time waiting for this podcast to get started. Okay. My question to the both of you. Actually, who will answer first? It's a multiple choice question. Who wants to answer first?
I'll give it to the guest each time. I'll do the I'll be last, or well, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second choice.
Sounds good. All right, Aiden. In 2014, how much did Microsoft pay to purchase the rights to Minecraft? Is it A, 1 to 5 billion US dollars? Is it B, 6 to 9 billion US dollars? Nice. Or C, 5 to 10 billion dollars?
Wait. Hold- Wait.
What
You
was,
said
what was
6
the third
to 9
option?
and 5 to 10?
Oh yeah, you're right. I changed it. It's greater than 10.
Okay, that makes
I told you guys I am very hungover still.
What if we think
So
it's 9.5? There's no option for 9.5.
Okay,
was
it's
like-
greater than 9. Greater than 9. It's over
Okay.
9.
Okay.
So we got.
I was I would definitely prefer 5 to 10 rather than 6 to 9.
Okay, so to go over it again, A is 1 to 5 billion. B
really,
is
really,
6 to 9
really, you only
billion.
need one. You need one. So is it 5 to 10, less than 5, or greater than 10?
No. It's 1 to 5, 6 to 9, or more than 9.
Okay, so it's between 5 to 10, or over or under that median.
No. So A is 1 to 5 billion, B is 6 to 9 billion, and then C is over 9
You're
billion.
making this way too complicated.
I just wanted the memes of having 6 to 9 in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically your options are the median 6 to 9, under or over the median.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I think I'm going to go. For some reason, I have 10 billion in my head, so I'm going to go over 9.
Okay, you're going with
Okay.
C, over $9 billion.
Yes.
Tack,
Final
what's your
answer.
answer?
Well, if he gets it, then we don't have to do my thing.
Well, he didn't get it.
Okay, cool. I think it's less. I think it's way less, actually, surprisingly.
How less do you think it is?
Oh.
It doesn't matter. I'm taking the under.
Okay.
I'm
Wait.
taking the under of the median.
He's taking under the
So you're
1 to
thinking
5.
1 to 5 billion.
Yes.
Okay, you are correct.
Yeah.
It was sold for $2.5 billion.
Okay, I was going to say 2. Cool.
No, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
It is a lot of
It's
money,
a lot
but
of money.
I don't know. I just didn't see it selling
I
for
would,
more than like 3 billion or whatever. So I was
I
going to
was
say
just
2.
thinking
Popular
because
Minecraft is.
didn't Microsoft buy Mixer for 10 billion or something like that?
Yeah,
That's
but
why
you
I
also have
thought
to
it was
think this
more.
is like what was it, 2013?
14.
2014. So I don't know.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, it's a little.
The point is, I won. You guys lost. And I get to pick the order. I'm gonna choose to go second.
Oh, bold pick.
Paper, you've had a lot of time to think, so let's have you go first.
You want me to go first? Okay.
You're first. I'm second. Amp's third, and it's a snake draft. So Aiden will have the 3rd and 4th pick. You'll have the 5th and 6th pick. Did I do that right? No.
I got the first
6th
and
7th pick.
First and 6th.
1st and 6th and 7th
Sixth.
and 10th.
Yeah. So first
Yeah,
and
yeah.
6th and
12th.
7th. Yeah.
12th.
And then I have the 3rd and 4th.
Paper me,
for all
Aiden.
this. all the fantasy talk before this, talking about snake drafts, and we don't even know what we're
It's
doing.
gonna go paper, tack, Aiden, tack, paper, tack, amp,
Got it.
paper.
Okay.
Or no, amp, tack, paper.
We got it. We figured it
Yes.
out.
And we will get to that draft right after this short ad break. Today's amazing episode of What's Your Rushmore? What's Your Rushmore? Is sponsored by the Alarm Clock app. The Alarm Clock app? Get to things when you need to, at the time you need to, and not be late, because you have an alarm clock, and you get to things on time. Unlike some people, do you need to record a podcast at a certain time? Do you tell your friends that you need to get there at 7:45 and you're there at later than that? Get the Alarm Clock app today. The Alarm Clock app. Don't be late like Aiden. You guys need any kind of break, or are you good?
I'm good.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, we're waiting so long for Aiden. Okay, and
Actually, I wanna
we are
take a 15-minute
back
break
from
now.
our break. I'll do that again because Aiden was talking. And we are back from our break, from our ad break. We are doing Minecraft blocks, and Paper has the first pick. Take it away, Paper Napkin.
Thank you. Feels weird being the first pick. I feel like it's a lot of pressure. I can guarantee one
Yeah,
that
it
I want,
is.
but then I have to wait a long time.
If you fail this, you'll be mocked for centuries. So
That's
Shamed,
okay. I
yes,
get
you'll
mocked
be
all the time
shamed.
anyways. Okay. So for my number one pick in the Minecraft block draft, I am proud to select Glowstone Block. The crowd goes wild.
good pick.
Yeah, so I think, when I was looking at the list of Minecraft blocks, Glowstone is probably like the most aesthetic of the blocks, especially when you're thinking of like old school Minecraft. It always looks really cool, regardless of the texture pack that you use. And you're able to use it in a lot of places where you can't use other sources of light, which I think is really cool because, you can use torches, but depending on where you are, like if it's underwater and stuff like that, there's like weird limitations around it. Whereas with Glowstone, you just kind of plop it down and it gives you that light source.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, great pick. That was my third. So
I did not have
definitely,
this on my list at all, so I'm glad I picked Paper to go
wow.
first. Aiden, you said that you had this on your list, so you want to talk about it at all? Add
Yeah.
to what Paper said?
Yeah, this is my third choice. I think it's just, like you said, very aesthetically pleasing. Also, I guess I'm going to be swimming in the darkness now because, that's the only way to swim with light. So definitely a great pick. Very unique block too. So
True.
yeah, good pick.
Yeah, I think the fact that like, I mean, maybe it's different now, but before you could only find it in the Nether, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
it's something you have to work towards, and there's not a lot of it available. So it's almost kind of like a sign of wealth when you do like pimp out your place with the glowstone blocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so, Tack, do you have any comments about glowstone at all? I feel like even if it's not on your list, you probably used it before, right?
I've used
Or
it
you're just not
before.
impressed at all?
I honestly forgot it even existed. So
Really? Wow.
Wow.
That's surprising.
I don't
It's
know.
been a while, so.
I like when I first started playing Minecraft, my biggest complaint was like how like bad the lighting system was. I mean, I had there was many things wrong with the game at first, but it was just such an amazing game that like those minor things that were wrong with it didn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
So they didn't when the game first came out, they didn't have glowstone or the nether or anything like that, right? So
Yeah.
it was strictly just the torches, which were kind of
I don't even know if
gimmicky.
it had torches at first.
But so I don't know. When the glowstone came out and all that stuff, and you can put it on your house, I just hated the way it looked in comparison to anything that I built my house out of.
Right.
So like, yes, it gave light in areas that maybe didn't have good lighting system, and you can place it in areas that like a torch would kind of look weird, possibly. But I it just never fit with anything that I was ever trying to make look really good, or my house, like whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So
No, that's a good
I
point.
just never really used it. So that's why I never really gave it a thought when I was making my list, I guess.
No, it's a
That's
good
fair.
point.
That's fair.
I guess a follow-up question to that is, are you guys like vanilla Minecrafters, like true and true, like no texture packs, or do you have like a go-to texture pack you'd always go to?
I did not use the texture pack. I don't think ever. I might have done it a couple times, but I just got so used to the normal one that I just stayed with it and stuck with it. I think subscribers, when I was streaming for a little while, asked me to put one on, but overall, I think I just stayed with vanilla.
Yeah. For me, when MC PvP wanted me to make videos for them, they requested that I do the regular default texture pack.
Oh, really?
So, and then when I stopped our like agreement or whatever you want to call it, when I stopped making videos for them specifically to go on their websites and stuff, I doodled, or I tried different things, but because I had so many hours playing with, like, I'm talking about a couple thousand hours probably playing with the default Minecraft texture packs, I just kind of stuck with that as my, it just made sense to me. It just looked the best. So
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
No.
makes sense.
Yeah, I could see why the glowstone blocks would then conflict with the aesthetic of whatever else you were trying to build, because like that the vanilla texture packs were pretty simple back then.
because the glowstone
I think they
went
did brighten
really
them
well
up.
with the nether, right?
Yeah.
And the nether
Yeah.
was just super strange to me. As far, I mean, just like it was like red and black with a little bit of like brown or like, I don't know, orange or something.
Mm-hmm.
It just looked weird, and I think that was the entire purpose, right? It was supposed to kind of look like an off
Yeah.
type of place, chaos.
They've changed it a lot since then, though.
I
There's
bet,
like
True.
I bet they
castles and
have.
stuff now.
Yeah, but originally, at least, it was supposed to be this place that was just kind of super like wacky, right? So
Yeah.
there were things there that were very valuable, but for the most part, 99% of the nether was just kind of like chaotic and like lava flowing
Yeah.
everywhere. Like you had those like skeleton pig things or whatever those things were. I don't even remember what they were called. Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
I think they were just called skeleton pigs.
Oh, okay. Well then,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think you're right. Now they have
Um,
striders. They have freaking all these crazy things.
yeah. But
It's
overall,
crazy now.
I mean, good pick. I didn't have it on my list, so
Mm-hmm.
that's cool that you brought it up. As far as your mountain goes, like, what are you trying to do with the glowstone or whatever it's called? Glowstone?
Yeah, the glowstone. That's a great question. So this is something that like I was trying to think about a little bit earlier today. Like, how do we take blocks and make a mountain look unique?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just blocks, you know.
And I think that's part of the appeal of the glowstone, right? Like if you have it, like I'm gonna have it in the
Mm.
first position, it's just gonna be sitting there on the corner, glowing. Like, and that's all it needs to do. It doesn't have to do anything too fancy.
Do you have one block or do you have a bunch of
Yep,
different
it's just the one block.
blocks?
Yeah, one giant block
One
on the
giant block
corner,
of glowstone.
lighting up the monument, so you
Cool.
can see it even at night.
Yeah, yours is going to be the only one that is lit at night now. So
Oh,
good,
Unless
good steal,
someone
I
takes
guess.
a
Yeah,
torch, but
yeah, that's
There's
true.
also
I don't even know if
redstone
that counts.
torch.
yeah, there's also we're talking about
Yeah.
picks now, but there's other things that light up, Aiden.
That is true, but I didn't know they were blocks.
Anything you can
Yes, I
place
guess
is
so.
considered a block in Minecraft.
I did not know that.
Well, Okay, anyways, that's the first pick. I have the second pick in the Minecraft blocks, aka anything you can place in Minecraft. For those that were wondering what's considered a block.
I guess that's a block.
It's an object that you can place onto another object in Minecraft. Okay, for my first pick, and I don't know if you guys have this on your list or not, but in my mind, it was like a 1A pick. I have like a 1A and like a 1B. So like I was considering just drafting in the third pick and like hoping that neither one of you would take this. But if one of you take the other one, like it's okay. We can talk about it more. But my first pick is going to be wool, a wool block.
Nice. That's a
Classic.
good one.
Very solid.
That is pretty far down, but I did have it on my list as well.
Yeah. The reason I'm taking the wool blocks is because every single house or structure, that's the word I was looking for.
Structure. There you go.
Structure. Any kind of house or structure I was trying to make in Minecraft over the years, I would always put some kind of like wool on as the floor to make it look like a carpet or like some kind of like ground in some way. And because there's so many different unique colors, it made that creative side of me kind of come out, and it was fun to like find the colors. Some of the colors are harder to find than others. I don't want to get into how to make every single color because I would take probably like a 30-minute video of like how to get every color in Minecraft, how to get every wool color in Minecraft. But the general thing is you shear the sheep with your shear. It gives you a wool block. I think it gives you like 1 to 3 or something. If you have like a colorful sheep, then like say there's like a pink sheep, I think gives you like a pink wool. And there's a way of like, making sure that whatever the sheep will have like kids and they'll be like a pink sheep or something. But the easier way to do it is if you just like combine the actual wool with like some kind of dye. And some of the dyes were easier to get than others. I know the like red and yellow off the top of my head were just the flowers that you find across the map. And like the blue ones were like the lapis lazuli or whatever, how you pronounce it, that you just find in caves. And you're like, oh, it's a diamond. Oh, wait, no, it's just that blue dye that you can make a blue wool block. So, yeah, there's 16 colors currently as far as wool go. You got your red, white, orange, magenta, light blue, black, yellow, lime, pink, gray, light gray, cyan, purple, blue, brown, green. That's it. I ask you guys the question, do you have a favorite color of wool in Minecraft?
That's a hard one. I do like the mixed colors. Like I think cyan I like.
That's probably
Or,
my favorite is cyan. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite. Or red maybe too. I do like red.
I think that's a good question. In terms of my favorite color, I would say yellow, but it's really tough to use yellow to like design the aesthetics of a house. I feel like reds or blues or like cyan are like much more like you can use it a lot more easily. But I love yellow. It's just so vibrant.
Yeah. I think I really like the light gray for some reason, like the gray and light gray.
Yeah.
Just because normally what I would do is like a polka dotted pattern where I would like do like one and the other, right? And then the next line, it would be like a checkerboard basically of different colors. And the gray and light gray would mix well with like any other like vibrant color, whether it was cyan, which is probably my favorite, but when I didn't want to just make every single house I made like cyan and like, I don't know, green or whatever. So the light
Mhm.
gray and gray like made a good contrast of like, okay, I'm gonna make this one gray and orange, and it would be pretty cool. And then like the next one light gray, and I just pick a different color, and it'd be like, okay, now I have to get this like purple dye. Like, how the hell am I gonna get this? Like, I have to go. Like earlier in the games, it was a lot tougher than just. I'm sure now there's like probably like a flower of every single color or something that you can just generate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But back
probably.
then it was a lot tougher. Like
You can
I
like
know,
type it in your inventory.
or yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But I know
create a
like
mode or whatever.
the black ink. Besides just finding like the black sheep, I think you had to find like the squids or something, and you had to like kill the
Yeah,
squids,
get the
Yeah.
ink sacs.
and like those were harder to find than you
Yeah.
would think. It was earlier on in the different versions of the game. So yeah, that's the wool
Yeah.
block. My my Rushmore, as far as like how I'm going to use the wool, I would like to have every single color of the wool. But
Oh.
I'm gonna make a sheep out of wool, and then so it's gonna basically just gonna be like the black and white and maybe some gray in there to make it look like a sheep. And then I'm gonna use like all the other colors just kind of like tied in the background. It's just gonna be like a kind of like a rectangle. Basically, my Rushmore is gonna be like 4 rectangles.
Okay.
And so the first one's just gonna be a sheep, and it's gonna make the sheep, and then like I'm gonna use like every color wool kind of from there on out to kind of make the background of the sheep. So that is gonna
Gotcha.
be my first pick.
I like
Wool
it. I
block.
like it.
Aiden, you have back-to-back picks, starting with your first pick in the first round.
Perfect. I'm actually very happy because I had a top 2 pretty much, and both of them are still here. So very lucky. My first pick is going to be a diamond block. I feel like when you're playing Minecraft, the thing you always want more of is diamonds. No matter how many you find, you always want more. And the ultimate like show of luxury is diamond blocks. And I feel like yeah, it's just something that you strive for in the game is to get those diamond blocks. And once you get them, it's like it's kind of just a symbol that you like kind of beat the game, you know. I mean, obviously, this is before they added the dragon and all the other bosses. I think there's 2 other bosses. I don't know. There's like 3 bosses now, but the diamond block was like just a sign if you make like a bunch of diamond blocks that you kind of won, you know. So that will be my first pick for sure.
Going
Cool.
with the bling.
Yeah, I didn't have
Was
this
that
on my
on your
list
guys'
because
list at all, or no?
I didn't have it on my list. I had it on my honorable mentions because I didn't want to be a sellout. So
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
thought it was
okay. It's
too
sellout,
too
apparently.
obvious, too gaudy,
yeah, pretty
a
much.
little too like Kim Kardashian going on,
I want to be a little unique.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, like, oh, what would you buy with if you were given a million wish, or like if you're given a wish, what would you wish for? Oh, a million more wishes. It's like that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, apparently. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. I see. Okay. Okay.
No, but yeah, no, really, really good
either
pick.
way.
Great pick. Yeah, great pick.
Yeah, well, I guess my wall is just going to be better and full of more popular picks, you know. So keep going your niche ways,
No,
I guess.
you're gonna get griefed more.
I'll just
Yeah,
keep
no.
stacking up the votes.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna play some TNT blocks next to your diamonds and just blow it up.
Yeah, people are just
Hey,
gonna come and like try to
you
mine
don't have
it,
that
right?
yet. I might take all the TNT blocks. So
Oh, for your second
actually,
pick,
that would be a
taking
bad idea.
TNT and putting it right next to my diamond.
You're gonna work for
And
us.
for my second pick, I'm getting Obsidian to block it off. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Now
we're just talking picks here. Come on now.
I'm not spoiling any picks, but yeah, for my diamond block, I'm gonna have it right in the middle. My original plan, I wasn't thinking you were gonna go with glowstone, Peter. So I was gonna have glowstone right next to the diamond to like make it shine. I might have to come up with some other way, but
Okay.
yeah,
okay.
for now, I'm gonna put the diamonds in the second spot, and I'm gonna make a diamond throne. There'll be just a diamond throne.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. For those that were wondering, the the diamond what is it called? Diamond blocks. You needed, what was it, 9 diamond to make a diamond block?
Yeah, 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I remember some things about Minecraft.
Just a couple.
Just a couple things.
It's been a while.
So yeah, that's diamond. I just remember, like, diamond is really cool. All jokes aside, like, finding diamonds was amazing. It took a quite a long time to make like full diamond armor for yourself, and like a diamond sword. If you found enough, you can make all diamond tools, and eventually in later games like enchant them, or do whatever, make them more durable and do all that stuff. So whenever you find diamond, it's like you never have enough diamond. Right? So
it's still
especially
an accomplishment
before
to get
like
diamonds.
Yeah. And this was before where you knew like to go down to like level 4 or whatever it is, where you could like dig just straight out and spread out the mining. So it used to be like way more like, I don't know, just rewarding. I guess
you'd go into a cave for an hour and a half and find 2 pieces and you feel really accomplished.
And then you die in the lava and lose them.
Yeah, exactly.
and then you get blown up by a creeper. Yes.
Too real. So yeah, good sellout pick there, but also a good pick.
This whole episode is just going to be shitting on AMP.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, apparently,
he's a terrible person.
I might have a lot of sellouts. We'll see.
And your first pick or I guess not your first pick, but it is your first pick of the second round.
Second pick.
Your second pick.
First pick of the second round, yeah.
Yes, your second pick.
My second pick might also be a sellout, but it is
gold
wooden
blocks.
Planks. It is wooden planks. Yes.
No, that's pretty good. Okay, that's a lot better than. Okay, never mind. No, that's a good pick. I like it.
The wooden planks. Obviously, it's the first thing you get in Minecraft. It's the first thing you destroy. I mean, maybe if you don't know how you're playing the game, you'll destroy dirt first. But wood is the first thing you need. And not only is it like essential for making everything, but also it's like something that it's like your first real house is built out of wood. Like, sure, a dirt, but that's not really a house. That's like a shack. But when you first build your real house, you make it out of wood. And then even as you progress all the way through the game, you still use wood on your house, no matter what. You make the walls out of wood, or you make the floors out of wood, or you make the roof out of wood. You just always use wood. So that is why I have it on my list. It was pretty much 1A and 1B for me, was the diamond and the wood, because I just think the wood is like so essential, and you pretty much use it for everything because it looks good, and you have so many different types of wood now too. So you really get creative with like the Arcasian and the jungle wood and all the, I don't know if those are the same wood actually, but you know what I mean? Like, just so many types of wood.
Yeah, it is really cool in the new updates how they've made different shades, or they've introduced like the different kinds of trees, and that makes it so there's different colors of wood, and it just makes it more artsy, I guess. Like, you have like the more like red shaded wood, and then like the just regular, I don't know, the lighter, like I don't know, it's like a tan color, right? There's like, I think there's at least 4 different kinds, and probably by now
white
like
birch
5 or
ones,
6 or something. But
yeah.
So what's your favorite kind of wood? Like, what kind of wooden planks are we talking about?
I would say I think I gotta respect the classic oak, because that's like in OG Minecraft, like that was all we had, like was just that type of wood.
Very true.
Yeah, and that's kind of just been since I was so used to like looking at it from then, I just kind of always stuck with that. I do like the new ones too, but I just really like the look of so yeah, that's gonna be on my wall. Sorry, paper is trolling us, and yes.
I legitimately want to know what your favorite kind of wood is.
What
'Cause,
my
like, I
favorite kind of
think
wood is, yes.
oak, yeah, for sure. Like I like you said, the OGs, that's all we had. Like that's what
Yeah.
everyone knows as Minecraft wood. But I like some of the
It's just
darker
gotta
variants
be.
now.
Yeah, definitely. No, I like those new colors. I think they work really well, especially if you're going with a moody vibe. Like you can definitely get creative with some of the other blocks that we'll probably have on our list too. Um, but yeah, definitely as long as it's a hardwood and very easy to place,
As long as it's hardwood,
definitely.
you heard it first here on What's Your Rushmore?
Yep. Yep. Exactly. As long
Well,
as it's
nobody likes
hardwood, you
softwood.
can. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
You don't like the wet and soggy softwood, So,
Anyways,
yeah.
I have made plenty of houses out of dirt. So I don't know what you're talking about with this. Like, the first house you make is out of wood. I've made plenty of houses out of dirt and sand.
Lame.
Oh, sand's dangerous because you can like suffocate yourself in that.
Yeah, that's true.
Sand and dirt.
I was always a cave kind of guy. I just like find a hole in the ground and kind of go from there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
I think
dig
that's
3 blocks down and just put a dirt above you.
That's all you need.
That is
yeah.
all you need.
Did either of you have wood on your list?
I did not.
No, I didn't.
Okay, interesting. Interesting.
There's things on my list that's made from wood, but I
I
don't
see.
have
Well,
actual
you can no
wood.
longer use them. No, I'm kidding.
I can use them actually, but
Yes, you can. I'm joking. You cannot use anything with wood in it at all.
all right, and that's the end of this episode. So, as far as your Rushmore, what are you trying to do? What are we doing with this wood?
I think I'm gonna put it on my one spot right now. I have to kind of see what else I get, but a diamond definitely in the center on the second spot, and then wood will be on the left in the one spot. It will depend if I get something else, but
Okay, so it's kind of like
yeah,
a
we'll see.
let's see what happens, and we have the wood, and
Yeah.
now let's see what we can build out of it based on other picks.
Yes, and it's going to be a house, of course. It's going to be a wooden house.
Oh, of course,
on
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yes, of course. So
Talking
I got
about
the
one
wooden house
story.
and then the throne, the diamond throne.
Is it a 1-story house, 2-story house? Like how big is this house?
I think it's got to be a 1-story just so it doesn't take up too much space. You got to
Gotcha.
see some.
Are we looking at a chimney on this house? A couple windows?
We do have a chimney. Not sure if we have the windows yet. We'll let you know later.
Guest bedroom?
But
Ooh.
We're looking at a barn out back that has some cows and some chickens.
Yeah, we'll give it like a 2-room house. We'll give it that.
Only
And
2
my door
rooms?
on the front, of course.
2 bedrooms or just 2 rooms?
Yeah, just a humble abode. I mean, in Minecraft, offline, you're living solo. So you got your bedroom and then you got your kitchen, living room area. So
Okay, so
just
it's like a
got
starter home.
1 bedroom. Yeah, just a starter home.
Just your
Almost a
typical
studio,
starter
but
home. Okay.
not really. Yeah, because you got to go back to your roots.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going back to my roots on my second pick. I am going to pick Mossy Cobblestone.
Oh, nice.
Mossy Cobblestone. When I first played the game of Minecraft, I always loved the sight of seeing Mossy Cobblestone. Because originally, in the first couple years of the game, Mossy Cobblestone indicated that you found a dungeon. And dungeons were just this, like, amazing... I can't even describe, like, the feeling of finding a dungeon in Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like, oh my gosh, a dungeon. Or you'd see, like, a lot of mobs spawning, like skeletons spawning. You're like, oh, I must be near a dungeon. Now Mossy Cobblestone is used for many things, which I have written down because I couldn't memorize them off the top of my head. So they occur naturally in dungeons, but they're also in jungle temples, villager outposts, that's the word. Underwater ruins, which I didn't even know they had, and zombie villages, which I also didn't know they had. So I guess you can find mossy cobblestone easier now, and you can also craft mossy cobblestone now. But back when I first started playing, you could only get them by finding a dungeon. And the first thing I would do when I found a dungeon, destroy, to kill all the zombies or skeletons or spiders. Then I would kill this actual spawner, or I'd put up like torches everywhere so they couldn't spawn anymore. Then I would loot the chests, and then I would get all the mossy cobblestone. I'd bring it back to my house. And pretty much all of the dungeons only had like 20 pieces of mossy cobblestone. So if I really wanted to make like a house out of mossy cobblestone or any kind of room out of mossy cobblestone, then you had to find like 3 to 4 dungeons to really make anything. If you really want to make a big house, you got to find yourself a lot of dungeons, and they're not very easy to find. So mossy cobblestone, that's my pick, and I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on them.
I honestly forgot about like separating that as a block, but that's a great pick. It probably would have been on my list for sure near the top, because the very similar sentiments with mossy cobblestone, because it was just so hard to find originally. I think it's a lot easier now. I think you can they have like pretty much anything. Like you can find it, I don't know, in the Nether too, I believe now. So I think it's a lot easier, but before it was such a rare commodity, and those dungeons were a lot harder to find. So I totally get why you put that on your list. And I'm assuming, is that your 1A, 1B? Is that your 1B?
Yes, yeah, that was my...
Yeah,
I was considering putting mossy cobblestone as number 1, but I thought it might have been a higher chance that you'd pick wool than mossy cobblestone. So I went with wool first.
Yeah.
But
that makes sense.
But yeah, so paper, mossy cobblestone, any thoughts?
So I really hate normal cobblestone just because it's so boring and it's so plentiful, and that's what you like resort to as like one of the default building materials. But mossy cobblestone, I loved using that back in the day. Like you said, like not only was it super rare, like to have a lot of it meant that you actually put a lot of time into finding it, but I loved like using it with the normal cobblestone just to like add a little bit of variety to like the sides of buildings, especially because it kind of made it look like there was vines growing up the side of it. So I think back in the day of like vanilla Minecraft, when you really didn't have a lot to like be artistic with, mossy cobblestone was a great way to do that. So yeah, I love the pick.
100%.
I didn't even think about it though.
Yeah, no, I agree with regular cobblestone. Like I hate regular cobblestone. I hate seeing it. If I were to build a house out of like stone, it's like, okay, I have all this cobblestone. Now I have to put it in the furnace and make stone. And it was just like a pain to deal with, right? Because every time you went through regular stone, and of course you do that all the time in Minecraft, you pickaxe through stone, it becomes cobblestone and just kind of floods your inventory full of cobblestone. And, you'd have like 5 to 10 blocks or stacks of 64 cobblestone. It's just like a pain to deal with. But mossy cobblestone, on the other hand, I wouldn't mind having a full 64 stack of that and bringing it back to my house, putting it in my chest, and just having it to decorate or build something out of later. So
definitely,
yeah.
There's one other. I was going to bring up one of the most memorable things I ever found in Minecraft. Was, I think, back in like maybe 2015 or so. They put in like libraries into the game, and these were usually like underground. They were in like the like monster, they're like the like railways or something, or underground.
Yeah, it was like a mine shaft.
Mine shaft? Is that what they were
the
called?
mine shafts.
Abandoned mine shaft? Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah, abandoned mine shaft, yeah.
But so like you they have like libraries too. And there was this one time in one of my files, I found a library, and on the first floor of the library, there was a dungeon, and on the upper floor, there's a separate dungeon. So it was a double dungeon inside of a library. And I looked up the odds, and it was like astronomical of like that happening, because like, and so I mean, I took a picture of it, and it was my background on my other computer for years. And
Oh yeah, that's right.
I just had that on as my background for years. So just the sight of Mossy Cobblestone was always just like pretty significant with me. I thought it was like just an amazing block in the game, and it was that sediment, like Aiden said, like carries weight. So that is my second pick. I kind of like Aiden's second pick. I don't really know necessarily what I'm going to do with the Mossy Cobblestone yet, so I think I'm just going to hang on to it and figure that out as I get more picks. So,
interesting.
Paper, we will have your second pick. It's your turn.
Sweet. I mean, it's hard to follow up with the great picks that you guys have had so far, but I think this one, it just has a lot of utility to it. So I'm going to go with, for my second pick, the chest.
It's a good one.
I'm a big fan of them. I love them. Really just can't get enough of them. You know, when it comes to inventory management games like Minecraft, like I definitely have like a somewhat OCD personality when it comes to like organizing items, and so having tons of chests like makes it easy, and I just love doing that. I also like the fact that
single or the double chest.
I was just about to say, like, you have the flexibility of having a single chest or doing double chests, depending on like the aesthetic that you're trying to go for, like the symmetry of the room or whatever. Yeah, I mean they're so fundamental. Like everyone needs to use the chest. Like if you don't, like you only have so much inventory space, right? And so just having like that chest room where you go in and drop everything off, it's always very satisfying to me, having everything nice and clean and organized. And then
you don't just drop your stuff on the floor?
No, of course not. Especially like if we're playing online with like other people, like you don't want people stealing your stuff.
Only barbarians do that,
Aiden. Some people do that, yeah. So you have to have like your hidden treasure room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you die, you know, you have to have a backup of all your cool, valuable stuff, like your Mossy Cobblestone or.
I have a lot to say about chests, but I want to make sure you finish what you have to say about them.
The last thing that I will say about chests is that I don't know at what point this came along in Minecraft development, but you could stick them into minecarts.
Yeah,
so you can have like
that's cool. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's fun.
So you can bring storage with you as you go down into your mines.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I didn't even think about that, but they did do that at some point. I remember like in the abandoned mine shaft, which I just mentioned, finding they were never like anything good that you'd find in those chests. It was just like like the cocoa beans or whatever,
like paper
or like an iron ingot or something, or just like really pointless items. But it's like, oh, a chest, like cool, like yeah. Yeah, but so to my point with chests, I like how easy they were to make, but how much of an impact they had on the game and your experience.
For sure.
So to make a chest, it's just 8 wooden planks or whatever around in a circle. So it was super easy to make, and then of course if you want 2. A double chest, you just put them back to back, and that would be 16 planks. So that's really not that hard to make. That's really easy to make, and whether you were doing like a solo player or if you were doing like some kind of PvP game, chests were always nice to have. I remember plenty of times where Aiden and I, throughout our hundreds of games we played together with MC PvP, just having like a sky base and having like chests, like like maybe we'd kill someone and then come back to our base and, okay, these are all the items I found, like put them in the chest, and then we can kind of distribute them between the two of us. And then more simpler terms, if you're playing like a solo game, I went on this long voyage where I went into this cave for many days and I found all these items, and now I get to put them in my chest in my house and then go venture out again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, chest is, it's just a huge item in the game, and so it's a great pick, and I had it on my list. So yeah, good pick.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but chests are even like cooler now, I think, because I think there's ways to like make them, when items fall in them, they just go in them. Like you don't even need to be there. So you can like make mob spawners where they die and then they just like go into the chests. So there's like very advanced stuff now too.
I'm sure that's what redstone and stuff.
I remember playing like I don't know if you guys remember this, but like Tekkit. It was like a mod pack for Minecraft where they introduced like a ton of stuff in terms of like automating mining, and like they had like different sources of power, and you have like pipes and you could like pump items through and go into like different chests and stuff like that. It was pretty much kind of just like building on the inventory management side of Minecraft.
It's too complicated.
Got you.
It was stupidly complicated. Like I remember playing it with like Senium Games.
Yeah.
You guys remember him, Matt? And he was like, "Oh yeah, you just got to do this and like build this and put this here." I'm like, I don't know what you just said. Like you didn't speak any English at all.
By the way, Matt, if you're listening to this, you need to get on an episode of Rushmore. Okay, continue.
Oh.
Ooh.
And I know now they have like different versions of chests. Like I think there's like an Ender chest. Which is
there are. Yeah.
Personalized chest or something like that you can access.
Yeah, especially in multiplayer, I think there's like more options you can have with chests on different servers where like only you can activate them, or like if someone blows it up, like it doesn't actually get destroyed, or like the stuff inside. I was looking it up because I had it on my list of, I did a little bit of research, and it was a little bit too complicated for me to understand based on where the game's gone. But
yeah, for sure.
To your point, it's gotten a lot more complicated than, to both of your points, it's gotten a lot more complicated than where it came from. But it also makes sense that the game improves, or not necessarily improves, but expands or evolves. So a feature in the game that's very important will also evolve with the game. So it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So yeah, that's your third pick, or second pick. Sorry, that's your second pick.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with this chest on your mountain here?
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna put it in the second position. It's gonna be a smaller single chest, but it's gonna be propped open a little bit, and you're gonna be able to see, different Minecraft items.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you might see like a pickaxe kind of hanging out the side of it. There might be some diamonds in there. It looks like a full chest, full of goods that some adventurer, maybe yourself, put in there.
Maybe myself. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that is the end of the second round. Paper is going to be starting out the third round. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Okay, we are back with What's Your Rushmore, episode 5. We are halfway done. I want to give a quick recap of everyone's Rushmore. We'll do it in reverse order, starting with Aiden. What do you got so far?
I have wooden planks on the left, and I have a wooden house, two bedroom. And then I have a diamond block throne in the second spot.
Okay, cool. And my Rushmore is wool blocks. I have a sheep made out of wool, and then a lot of very colorful blocks using all 16 colors on the wool. And that's going to be in my, I think I said 1. I think I'm going to put in my 4 slot. I think that makes more sense. The sheep's going to be facing to the left. So like towards the rest of the Rushmore. And then my second pick was Mossy Cobblestone. I'm still not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it. So we're just going to leave it at that for now. Paper, what does your Rushmore look like?
So far in the first position, I've got a single glowstone block, lighten up the rest of my Mount Rushmore monument. In the second position, I have my much loved chest, a single chest, slightly propped open with a bunch of goods kind of poking out, enticing people to go check it out. Yeah.
Cool. And then we are going to be starting the third round, starting with Mr. PaperNapkin.
Okay. So this might seem like a weird pick based off of comments earlier, but for my third pick, I'm going to go with cobblestone. So I hate the look of cobblestone.
I can't believe you're picking this. That's funny.
Well, again, so this is going in the third position, which is like the weird quirky pick.
Okay.
It's tucked in the back. Fine. It's got to have something eccentric about it to like justify being there. But yeah, it looks like shit, but it's old reliable. Like it's the bread and butter block when you first get started, and like you build most of your things out of it. I think when you use it sparsely, like if you use it to build roads or like to build stairs, it doesn't look too bad. But if you use it too much, it really just it looks bad. It's super versatile, so you can use it as like a standalone block. You can make slabs, you can make stairs, like you can do a lot of things with it. You could cook it in the furnace to make polished stone, like you said, Tack. So it's kind of like the concrete on Minecraft. You can use it for a lot of things, but you really need to kind of pick and choose how you use it, or else it's just like blah. But yeah, what do you guys think about Old Faithful, Mr. Cobblestone?
I'm still in shock.
I thought you were gonna pick I thought you were gonna pick another version of it, but hey, it works.
Yeah, I mean, just what you said with cobblestone, it's like, to me, it was always an annoyance. Like, yeah, you only, like, I would only ever use cobblestone if I didn't have anything else to use. Because like if you make something out of dirt, it's really easy just to take a shovel, like an iron shovel or something, and just get rid of it real quick. But with cobblestone, like it still takes like a decent amount of time to get rid of if you need to like, I don't know, to update your structure or modernize it or do whatever with it. It just, and also I hated how it always like flood your inventory just because you're mining and you're doing, so it's like, now I have another 64 stack of stupid cobblestone, throw it in the lava real quick. Like it was never really anything that I would hold on to. It's just like it seemed like I always had too much and never needed it, like more than I, just like I don't need this. And it would, if I wanted stone, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna throw some cobblestone in this furnace, and then cool, now I have stone, but it took forever to do. So
I do kind of. Oh, sorry, you go.
Go ahead. No, you go.
No. Sorry, you
The
go. No, you go. No. Sorry. You go.
The one thing about cobblestone that I find helpful is that it's really good for those massive projects, like when you want to build an
Yeah.
entire wall. But the issue with that as well is like you never have the right amount of cobblestone. You either have way too much or way too little. Because like on those massive projects where you want like to use all your cobblestone, you'll be like, crap, I only finished like half the wall. I need to like go just mine stone for an hour and a half, and it sucks to do that. So it's
Definitely.
definitely a mixed bag.
Yeah,
But
I was
I see
just
why
gonna
you picked it.
comment that, for those bigger ambitious goals where you need a lot of material, like cobblestone was like a good starting resource, especially if you hadn't farmed up a bunch of other stuff. One of the things that I did like about cobblestone is that you never really did run out of it. Like you usually had tons from
Mhm.
mining it, and if that wasn't enough, you can make a cobblestone generator using lava and water. So
Mm,
you'd have like an
mhm.
infinite source of cobblestone, and you didn't really have to move. So you could just like put on
That's
YouTube,
true.
listen to some Minecraft videos, and just like mine away.
Yeah, you can just put on like I don't know, just a random YouTube channel.
Yeah, like AMP1520.
www.youtube.com/tech1421games. Just a random,
Yeah,
channel.
yeah.
It just
It's just
happens.
something that I would have
Yeah.
watched at the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
but
like
but
Bad
to
Boy
go
Halo
to
or
your
something
point,
like.
like I was surprised when Aiden said you'd run out of cobblestone. There was never, out of all
Yeah,
the times I played this game, there was never a situation where I'm like, oh man, I wish I had more cobblestone. Like it
yeah.
seemed,
No, I've never been in that situation.
it seemed like I always had way too much cobblestone. Where sometimes I'd have like a chest outside of my house, like I'd have like 7 or 8 chests, like double chests, just full of cobblestone, like all like 64 blocks of cobblestone. It's like maybe someday I'll use this cobblestone for something. And I don't necessarily want to throw it in the lava because I definitely did that plenty of times, but I'm like, okay, maybe I'll use this cobblestone sometime. But I
Smarter
can't
than me.
remember a time where I'm like, oh man, I wish I had more cobblestone.
Yeah, there was never a time where I didn't have enough. Like it was just always there.
I don't know what you were making out of cobblestone, Ant. Maybe like a
I
giant, like
well, you guys have never built the Great Wall of China apparently in Minecraft, so
actual
guess there's
size. Yeah,
that.
you're right. Probably not.
Actual
Just scale.
replica size
No,
to scale.
That is a very ambitious project for sure.
built to scale.
Yeah,
Took
one
many
to one
moons
scale,
to make.
one
Cool.
block to 1 foot.
So that is your third pick. What is your
Mhm.
Rushmore looking like?
Yeah, so I think when you think cobblestone, there's nothing more iconic than just like a nerd pillar. So it's going to be like, I don't know, 10, 20 blocks high, just like single cobblestone blocks piled up.
I like it. I like it
Yeah,
a lot.
beacon. Yeah, smart.
That's great. Cool. What did you say? What position you're putting that in, or not decided, or?
Yeah, that's in the third
Oh,
position.
third position, right?
The
The
weird one, yeah.
oddball, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Cool. So I guess it goes to me. There's two things I would like to pick here. I'm not sure which one to go with. We got AMP back-to-back picks after this. I am going to, with my third pick a crafting table.
Thank
Your
Good pick.
generic crafting table. Usually, in most situations, besides turning your wood block into wooden planks, usually it's the first thing you craft. I mean, I can't really think of anything else you would craft, unless you just want to run around with sticks or something. But yeah, it just takes 4 wooden planks to make a crafting table. And then from there, your options are, I don't want to say limitless because it is limited to all the things you can make in Minecraft, but it feels like there's endless amounts of possibilities of things you can make. yes, there is a limit, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know I've never made every single thing in Minecraft, I don't think, but there's just, the point is you can make a lot of things. Anything you can make in the game, you can pretty much make with a crafting table, unless it requires like another kind of method of doing something in the game. But for the most part, if you're crafting something, obviously you're doing it through the crafting table. So I think it's just a very iconic block. When I think of iconic things in Minecraft, I think of like the creeper. I think of like a pickaxe, maybe a sword, and then I kind of think of like the crafting table. Those are kind of like my most, like the most iconic like things in Minecraft to me. And then like Steve, like the character, you're like the character that you have. If there's like a Rushmore of just like iconic like Minecraft things, I think it would be like Steve, creeper, pickaxe, crafting table in my mind. So
Yeah.
So yeah, crafting table, that's gonna be my pick. I'll get your guys' thoughts in a second, but it's pretty simple for me. What I'm gonna do with it is I'm just gonna put it in the one slot, and it's just gonna be a crafting table, and around it is gonna be like a web of like everything you can craft. So it's just gonna be like a monument of just like a web of everything imaginable that you can craft in Minecraft. So like a mural, if you will. So yeah, your guys' thoughts on crafting table?
I love it. I think listening to you talk about it, it makes so much sense, but I feel like the crafting table is definitely like the unsung hero of Minecraft because it's so essential. Like you need to use it to build pretty much everything. But as a block, like you don't really think too much of it because maybe it's because you get it so early on or what. But yeah, I mean, without it, you couldn't really do too much in Minecraft. So I think it's a very elegant pick, and I love that it's in the first position.
Yeah, and to your point, also, like, you leave a lot of crafting tables behind.
Yeah.
Whether it's in a cave or in your very first house or whatever it is, like, you just kind of forget about them. They're so easy to make, which is great. They shouldn't be hard to make. But it's just like, you pretty much have one in every house. Maybe you'll have multiple in every house you make or every kind of structure you make. You'll make multiple in a save file. You'll probably make multiple on a journey you have in your one person or your solo round or map or whatever. But yeah, it's just like you can make anything with it. And but yeah, so yeah, go ahead, Aiden.
No, yeah, I totally agree. I think crafting or Minecraft in general has evolved like so much over the years, but the crafting table has literally been the same the entire time. And obviously it can craft like way more things now, but I think in general it's kind of like how Minecraft works. Like it wouldn't be Minecraft without the crafting table. Like if you just had blocks and you had to just mine them, it wouldn't be. You couldn't even build anything without the crafting table. So it's definitely like the key part of Minecraft. And I agree with Paper, having it at the one spot is poetic.
Definitely, yeah. I yeah, it's pretty easy for me. It makes sense in the one slot, and I would actually like to see like a mural of that, of you have your crafting table in the middle and then kind of a web of every single thing you can make in the game. I wonder how big of a space that would take to. I'm sure there's an image online like massive. To show that probably shows like everything you can make, but yeah, it'd be like webs from like, okay, you can make a furnace, and then from the furnace you can do this, and like like all that kind of stuff. So that is my third pick. Who's up? Aiden? Awesome. With his third pick?
Yeah, my last two picks actually. So my third pick is going to be one of my favorites, just decorating wise. It gets you in a mood. Just a cool design feature, and that is netherrack. I really love designing netherrack. I think just having something that just burns forever. Actually, does it still do that? I don't know if it still does that, but it used to do that in Minecraft where it would just burn forever, and it was just such a cool design feature, especially if you wanted to go with like a gothic tone, and just now you could do like dark wood, just burning netherrack. I mean, you probably shouldn't have netherrack and wood too close together, so I'm gonna make sure to keep them separate. But um, overall, uh, love the design feature, and it was really like, to me when it first came out, because I don't think when we first played they had the Nether, but once the Nether did come out, I thought it was just such a cool and unique thing, and I remember just grabbing as much netherrack as you could, filling your inventory, and coming back and just kind of using it as a block to like build. I feel like now it probably isn't as special because there's so many other new blocks and stuff, but um just when we started playing, it was like kind of the accomplishment because you couldn't get anything else. It was like the nether was the accomplishment, and like netherrack is like kind of like what you said with glowstone is like kind of that accomplishment that you just have from the nether. Um, and on top of that, it's like a cool design feature. I feel like burning it is just, yeah, it just looks really cool.
Yeah, I liked how red it was compared to everything else that you would find in like the normal world.
Mm-hmm.
So that if you really wanted to have like an accent piece to like what you were building, it would definitely stand out.
Yeah.
I found that it stood out a little too much. Like it was really tough to build around. Like I think I would always use it as like you would build like a fireplace for your house and you could put some like netherrack down and you just like light it, and like you said, it would just burn forever.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I really don't remember using it for much else, but maybe I wasn't
I used
creative
it a lot
enough.
for beacons. Beacons, it was really good for because you could like
I never
put
got
one
that
in the
advanced
sky.
into the game, to be honest.
Not like the beacons that you like that go up to the sky, but I just mean like a dirt tower with like netherrack at the top or something. So
okay.
you could just like
Right.
at night you could see it or something. And then it was pretty good at holding out mobs too because they can't walk through that area. So I did it a couple times. It was more of like I did like it as an accent, like kind of like the walkway up to your house. It really depended on the mood of the house though. Like
Sure.
if you were going with a darker tone. But for me at least it was more about just the accomplishment of like getting to the nether, which obviously doesn't really mean anything anymore, but these kids then nowadays just have it so easy. You can just go into the nether, come back alive.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There was one time where I used, so I would always use like wool on as my like floor to make it look like carpet. There was one time where I used mossy cobblestone and netherrack because it kind of looked pretty cool together.
Yeah.
You have like your super like red and black, and like then you have your gray and green and your cobblestone type of look or whatever.
Yeah.
And then a creeper exploded next to my house, and I didn't really think too much of it. And then I came back like a couple minutes later, and my entire place was just on fire because my floor was netherrack.
Oh no!
So
no!
From then I'm like, okay,
yeah, you got to be careful.
I hate netherrack. Like I'm never using it again. I agree with like the chimney type of thing. Like that makes sense. If you have you have like 2 blocks as like a chimney, and then you have like that clay or whatever it is to build your chimney, and you just have that always fire like netherrack burning, so it kind of looks pretty cool. And I've done that before, and then I had like glass on the outside, so it wouldn't mess with anything. But nether, like the net, like everything to do with the nether, I just dislike. And so you have your glowstone, you have anything you can get in the nether, like the lava, like everything about the nether was just like super wacky, felt misplaced to me. Like I hated going there. Sometimes you had to. I hated like getting back home and like trying to figure out. It was like every one step is like 50 or something in the nether. Not that exaggerated, but sometimes it felt like it. I just didn't like. I don't like the Nether. I don't like any blocks in the Nether. I don't like any mobs in the Nether. Like the blaze things were ridiculous. The Nether sucks. So bad pick.
Did you ever make like an underground? Like one thing I would always do is like
Nope. Never did
when I made
anything in
my-
the underground. I tried to avoid it at all costs. Didn't like it. Hated it.
No, not in the Nether, but like when you make a Nether portal or whatever. I made like the pathway to the Nether portal out of a Netherrack, and then I would like make the sides like burned, so it would be like a pathway of fire
Right.
into
Pathway
the Nether
of
portal.
fire to hell.
I thought that was also cool.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
matches.
That's
to,
kinda
like,
cool, I
going
guess.
into the Nether, but
Yeah, it's like if I want to go to a fiery desert, like I might as well catch myself on fire before I go there, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
it's part of the experience.
it's part of the. It's like if I want to burn in hell, I might as well set myself on fire first, right? Oh,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, okay, I got it.
I love how polarizing talk about the Nether is. Like, Tack, you really
Yeah.
just like are not about it at all. But yeah, no, interesting pick. I always look at Netherrack as like the cobblestone of the Nether. Like,
Oh, it
has some
definitely
use.
is.
I'm surprised you didn't pick it then.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you got your
cobblestone, you can use it
glowstone,
for a
your
lot of different
netherrack,
things.
and your cobblestone. That's great mountain. Yeah, there you go.
Again, like I never use Netherrack that often. Like it's sure
Yeah.
it's nice and quirky, but yeah, I don't know.
No, I will. Again, that'll be my quirky pick. That'll be my third pick. Like Paper says, the third pick apparently is the quirky one. So
No, it's just your third
um,
position's kind of the quirky one. So you can
is-
pick it fourth, you can pick it first. Like
oh no,
the
it's
third
going
slot.
third.
This third
and
slot is your quirky, like kind of
Yeah.
thing. For the most part,
It's going to be lighting up the rest of the thing too. It's going to be on fire. So I'm going to have just like a bed of netherrack, and it will be on fire, lighting
your
up
diamonds.
the entire mounts.
next to your
Yeah,
diamonds.
next to my diamonds. So
and
you'll
then next to your
it will
fourth
shine
pick.
off the diamonds. Yes, and next to my fourth pick, which is, as you just mentioned, Troy, glass.
Oh my god!
Whoa.
All right,
I know it. I know it.
you knew it.
I'm
surprised.
You did earlier.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I did hint at it earlier with the house and the windows.
I will
The
say
windows,
all
yeah.
four. Before
Um,
you get into it, all four of your picks were not on my list. So go ahead.
Well, looks like you got a bad list. That's all I gotta say. So,
Well, I had
Um,
time to think about my list because I was on time. Go ahead.
I love glass. I think it's really cool. Like some of the stuff you can do with. I love putting lava under glass. I love putting netherrack on fire under glass. I love putting glass over the water and kind of just walking out on glass, or just put it as a window. You can put it as a window. You can put it as like if you're in like a cave, you can just put glass on the cave side of things and just look out into like the wilderness and stuff. I think it's just really cool. It's kind of like it just makes things look better, especially with the glass panes now. I love the new glass pane feature. Kind of just like a classier fence almost. But yeah, I think it's a very good aesthetic touch, and I think it really fits into my my theme kind of here. I got like this aesthetic vibe going. So yeah, I guess it's not on your wall or on your mentions, Troy. But do you have it on your list at all, Paper?
It was very close to being in my top 4. I do like
Oh wow.
the utility of glass and like the look of it. Like you mentioned, like having like a glass floor where you can see lava or water underneath it. I also like using it to build like glass domes underneath the water, so it kind of like seems like a bubble dome. I also like every
Yeah.
single time I'd build like a mountain base like inside of a mountain, and I'd like make one of my walls just like a huge glass wall so you see outside of the mountain, or if you're outside you can kind of see into the mountain, what my base was like. But it was a bit of a pain to make though. I think I always needed
Yeah.
a lot of glass, and that meant getting a lot of sand.
Yeah, that was my biggest
Yeah,
complaint
very
about it.
true.
Yeah, it was hard to make.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Thankfully, sand is super easy to get, like with a shovel, but you can't like make sand like with cobblestone. You can like just mine it,
Sand,
like because stone's everywhere.
yeah, sand wasn't
Sand, you'd
as
have to go to a
easy to
beach.
get as like cobblestone or dirt was though, because
Yeah,
it was usually,
it's
I
like a
mean,
luxury.
sometimes it'd be in the, like you'd find a desert and it was super easy to just get sand, but sometimes you'd be in a
That's true.
biome
Yeah.
where it was just like near like water, and just the way that it would, like with dirt or stone, if you, the way you dug, it wouldn't like all of a sudden just break, right? Like for sand, if there's a piece of sand, it would instantly, once it's manipulated in some way, it will instantly
Yeah.
fall until there's nothing below it. So there's
Yeah.
many times where you'd just be mining sand, and all of a sudden there's be like this avalanche effect, where all this sand would just instantly fall, and just like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
So yeah, just because I didn't have it
Glass
on my
too.
list doesn't mean I
Yeah.
don't have anything to say about it. When I would make buildings or any kind of giant like house or something that I would make in Minecraft, you would definitely need the glass in some way, whether because you want windows,
Yeah.
I mean, glass windows. I mentioned the chimney that I would have. I would usually put at least 2 blocks of glass by it, sometimes
Mhm.
4 or a little bit more, just to kind of, because I was OCD about building stuff, and couldn't just have like 2 pieces of glass kind of out of place. But I think it's a pretty good pick. I didn't have it on my list, but I think glass is cool. There was one time where I tried to build like an entire house out of glass, and it was one of the worst experiences in Minecraft. Just because, like Paper said, the process of getting glass is so tedious. You got to get
Yeah.
you got to get your sand, and
And if you
usually,
break it, you're screwed. You can't
yeah,
you can't pick it
exactly.
It
up.
doesn't come back.
Exactly. That's the
Yeah.
annoying part. Like if you're building and then all of a sudden you accidentally break one of your pieces of glass. Also, it was sometimes very difficult to see where you last progressed in your building, like where you left off.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
like, okay, like I'm building this 20 by 20 thing of glass. Sometimes it'd be bigger, like this room outline. Where's actually the glass and what's outside or missing,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
but again, it's an important feature, especially for people that like building stuff, so I think it's a good pick to have. So what are you going to do with your glass on your Rushmore?
Yeah, so it's kind of going to be like I'm going to have a glass wall facing the netherrack, so you can kind of look towards the netherrack. And it's like see-through, but it doesn't burn your face off. And then I'm going to have like a glass walkway. I don't know if I can do this, but I was going to have it attached to the house on the other side. So it would like go over, like you're pretty much walking on glass and like there's nothing below you. So it's like a daredevil walkway kind of.
You can do
But it
whatever
would
you
go all the
want,
way.
Amp. It is your
All right, cool.
Rushmore.
So it'll be like a walkway pretty much straight to the front door of the house on the left side. So I'm going to have, since I have all 4 of my picks now, it's going to be the wood planks house on the left. And I'll have some glass windows in there too, because now that I have glass, I'll put some glass windows. Then I'll have diamonds, a diamond throne next to it, which will be glowing from the netherrack on fire right to its right. And then the glass wall with glass panes, and then the glass walkway all the way to the house. So
Awesome.
hopefully that makes sense. Yeah.
I
It
like it.
doesn't, but awesome. I'm just kidding. It makes sense.
I can see it in
That's
my
cool.
mind.
Yeah,
Looks good.
I like it. So then we got my final pick, and there was really 5 things I really wanted, or like that I would like to have, and I'm surprised that I still have like no one interfere with my picks. So now I'm very like I have to choose between the other two, and it's tough.
I feel like this happens every week.
But I am going to choose Jukebox.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't even
Yeah.
think of that.
I am going to choose
It's a good one.
Jukebox.
I didn't think
And then
about
when we
that
get to
either. I should've.
our whatever it's called, picks, honorable
mentions.
mention. That's the word. Yes.
I think I know what your honorable mention is too.
I don't think you do.
The fifth
But
one.
anyways, Jukebox. So, the Jukebox was kind of tough. Not tough to make, but like when you were doing a solo run, especially in vanilla Minecraft, it was like it was 8 wooden planks, kind of like a chest, but then you put a diamond in the middle. And it was like, do I really want to use one of my diamonds to make a jukebox? It's kind of like
The answer is always yes.
situation that you run into. Also, it kind of goes with the whole Mossy Cobblestone and dungeon theme, in that originally in the vanilla Minecraft, you could find, and you still can, but they're a lot more common. You can find the CDs, like that the music discs, as they were called in the game, to place into the jukebox, and then you can make it so that with redstone, you can make it so that like your jukebox plays, or like if you enter your house and your jukebox plays, or whatever. And I just think it was cool. Like you can have like your little. I would always have like a record room kind of thing. That'd be my. And sometimes I'd have like it'd be like a secret passageway or something in my house, or like a secret room somehow. Like you pull a lever and then all of a sudden like the bookshelves kind of collapse, and all of a sudden there's like a secret room. And I'd have my jukebox in there, and like my gold and diamond and random stuff. And yeah, it was just really fun to play the jukebox and have like your collection of CDs and a chest and play whatever the heck you want. And I just really liked finding the music discs, and having that jukebox there was really cool. There was also a thing where you can have a skeleton kill a creeper and it would drop a music disc. And at first, when I first started playing, like that just seemed like such a big challenge. Like you have to like find a creeper, find a skeleton, hit the creeper like a couple times, and then have the skeleton aim at you, but also aim at the creeper and like duck. And it was just like a whole thing to do, and hopefully the creeper wouldn't blow you up and all that stuff. But yeah, jukebox, I would like to get your guys' thoughts, but also I will explain my Rushmore. I'm going to put the jukebox in the third slot, and it's going to be a room or a place on the mountain where people can go and pick whatever CD they want, kind of like you have at bars or like bowling alleys or whatever, where you can like, pay $1, pick your song kind of thing. You can put in your Minecraft song. So to go over my Rushmore, we have in the first slot the crafting table that will showcase everything you can craft. In the second slot, we have I guess that's where we're going to put the Mossy Cobblestone. I'm going to have that in as a creeper head, in the shape of a creeper head. The Mossy Cobblestone, because it's green, I
thought you were going to do a dungeon.
No, that'd be cool. Maybe okay, yeah, we can have like an outline of a dungeon type of thing going on in the background with Mossy Cobblestone and the creeper head. I like that a little bit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then third slot, our newest pick is the jukebox room. You can pick your song. We'll have a menu of what's being played. And then the fourth slot is the wool. That was my first pick. And the shape of a sheep. And we have all the colors being represented on the side of the Rushmore, on the right side there. So that's my Rushmore. I want to get your guys' thoughts on the Jukebox.
I love it. I think it's a great pick, and I was not thinking about it at all. Like, I don't know why I just didn't think about it, but it's a great pick.
When I think of Minecraft, I think about, the good old days back when life was much more simpler. And part of that nostalgia is the Minecraft music. It's very like peaceful, very serene. Like even nowadays, like when I'm going to bed, like I'll throw on like a Minecraft soundtrack, like a lo-fi hip hop version, maybe normal version. Maybe it's got some rain in the backtrack.
Mm.
But yeah, there's something about that Minecraft soundtrack that really speaks to me. Like it's simple, but it really just kind of plucks at your heartstrings. So I can't believe I didn't think of the Jukebox, because I mean that's what plays the Minecraft music. But yeah, I think that's an awesome pick. I love it.
Cool. Off the top of your guys' heads, do you have a favorite song in Minecraft? I know for me, I like
the cat one, right?
I do like I was gonna say that the cat was probably my favorite. Just CAT. I don't know if it was pronounced cat or if it was called CAT or what, but
I don't know. Yeah.
I remember on a podcast I listened to like 6 or 7 years ago. They had the guy that actually did the Minecraft music on, and he was saying how he created the sounds and the music for Minecraft, and it just seemed like he did a great job. I don't want to take anything away from that, but it seemed like the guy was it Notch? Was that the guy's name that was kind of in charge of making Minecraft?
Yeah.
It seemed like that was like he just kind of put together a team and had to make the game, and eventually evolved into Mojang, and like it was like, okay, it was like me asking Aiden or someone, not saying that you do a bad job with like editing videos or something, but just like he found like a friend that specializes in an area, and just asked him to put together something that he could as quickly as possible.
Oh, interesting.
It's like, hey, like I know you like to do this. Can you put something together for me really quick? And that just like that ended up being all the music in Minecraft, which is kind of crazy. Like he didn't like outsource it or have some kind of, it didn't pay top dollar for sounds or anything like that. It was just like asking a friend to do something, which I just think is really cool.
Yeah.
That it was kind of like a, they could get together on that, and it was really good soundtrack, and I always really liked all the sounds and music in Minecraft. So
that's a really cool story to hear, because like it's the music is simple. Like you can tell it wasn't like a big time studio that like put all like the polish and stuff like that. It's just like very like down to earth. And yeah, going back to your question about like favorite soundtracks, I think I got to go with the classic like Sweden. It's just like very Minecraft. Like I think Minecraft, that's what I hear.
For sure. Cool. So that is my Rushmore. Last pick belongs to Mr. Paper Napkin, as my cat jumps on top of my recording table. Hello, Chase.
Okay, so my last pick, or the last pick of the night, actually.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of really good options here. Yeah. I'm looking at my honorable mention list and my normal list, and I don't know what to pick. I'm kind of torn. But I think I'm going to go with wheat, like wheat seeds. Every single time that I play Minecraft, I have to make a huge ass wheat farm. There's just something about having huge fields of wheat. Like the yellow color of the wheat, if you have a texture pack on, if you have like, especially like an RTX texture pack where you see the wheat kind of like blowing in the wind, accompanied by, the Minecraft music, Like there's something about that really just like, oh hey, I can see the cat now. It's something very like tranquil and peaceful for me. Like I have to do that, and I just love seeing huge rows of wheat blowing in the wind. It just feels like supernatural and very calming. Other things about wheat, I mean, it's kind of like super helpful early on when you're trying to like get a good food source established. Like if you haven't found enough pigs and cows to make a farm, like it's really easy to like get some wheat going and just kind of like build it out, expand on it so that you have tons of bread that you can eat. But yeah, what do you guys think about my last pick?
I think
It's good.
great.
I think as far as, oh my gosh, Chase is going over my computer. Hopefully I didn't hit any buttons. Okay. I think as far as like food goes, is like if I were to pick like a block, I think I'd pick the melon blocks or the cake. Just because it was like a 3x3 made a 9-piece, simple. I like the look of the cake, and I like the look of like the melons in the game. But having a food, it's cool. I think that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think whenever I like that that like pacifist kind of feel of it, or that like it's like I don't want to kill chickens or cows or
right, yeah.
pigs. It's like I'm gonna build a farm and eat off the land, whatever the land provides. But I'm making whatever. Yeah, exactly. So cool pick. I didn't think about any food, but I like it. Cool pick.
Yeah, I'd say it's like my most personable pick. Like when you think of Minecraft, it's open world. Like you can kind of go and build whatever you want. What I like to do is build a farm.
I think it's a great pick. I mean, I think it is very tranquil. Like when you make just a huge wheat field, and I definitely did make one as well, and probably all my houses. But I think overall, it's just like you make the huge wheat field. It reminds me kind of like Thanos, like after, and he's just like walking in the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just very like peaceful, and I think it's a great above ground just aesthetic to have. Even if it's not right by your house, you can have like a separate, just huge field. You know. So yeah,
It reminds me of the Gladiator.
Yeah, right.
I had that too. That's a good
got the music playing in the
field
background.
or whatever. Great movie, by the way. Cool. So that is your final pick.
Yes.
What's your Rushmore looking like?
Okay, so in the first position, I've got the Glowstone Block. So it's giving off a nice calming glow to the rest of the Mount Rushmore. In the second position, we've got a single chest that's kind of propped open. It's got lots of goodies kind of poking out of it. Then in the third position, we have the Cobblestone Nerd Pillar. Pretty iconic of
I love the Nerd Pillar. I love it.
Minecraft experience, right? And then rounding it off in the fourth position, I've got some wheat. And I think what I'm going to do is it's going to be like a wheat field that kind of like tapers off down from the top of the mountain. So it kind of like extends off into the distance. So
okay, awesome.
I like it.
Definitely want to do honorable mentions because there are a ton of them because there's a lot of blocks in Minecraft. I was wondering what Aiden thought was my fifth pick.
Pumpkin.
Nope. You thought it was a pumpkin?
I thought that would be it.
Is it redstone?
Yeah, you used to love pumpkins. You used to put them on your head all the time.
I don't know what you're talking about. My fifth pick would have been the Enchanting Table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
For multiple reasons. I think for a big part of my Minecraft experience was MC PvP and the whole Hunger Games scene. And seeing that feast and seeing that Enchanting Table surrounded by those chests, and the Enchanting Table's like in the middle, and it just kind of like represented like power or like an advantage that everyone wanted type of thing.
I totally agree. That's a great pick. I didn't even think
So
about like MC.
that to me is kind of like a special pick, personal pick that
The
I thought
callback.
someone was gonna pick. I really didn't think I was gonna get crafting table. I thought you guys were gonna take that. And I thought wool would go if I didn't take it. So, but yeah, Enchanting Table I think is probably my first honorable mention. Was probably going to be my fifth pick, or like 4B, if you will. But then I have a long list of like other things. Pumpkin, as Aiden mentioned, was actually one of my honorables, but it's like kind of far on the list. Then we have like Diamond Ore. I'm surprised no one mentioned like Redstone. I thought that would go. Along with Redstone, we have like Sticky Pistons. I just think it's a cool concept. But I really thought like someone would pick like Redstone, or like Redstone Ore, or something to do with Redstone. I personally always hated Redstone. I hated dealing with it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a hassle. Like it always seemed like I had too much Redstone because I didn't like dealing with it. I'm sure other people that like Redstone, it's like, can't get enough Redstone, need to go hunting for more Redstone. But I always had like way too much Redstone that I ever needed. So
yeah, I had Redstone on my honorable mentions as well. But I think, like you, I never really used it. Like, I know you can do a lot of really cool things with it. Like, I've seen people make like calculators or whatever.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm smooth brain. Like, I'm not big brain, so I just never really made the most out of it.
The other three honorable mentions that I have, sorry, Amp, but the other three is
go ahead.
lily pads, brewing stands, and TNT. So we don't have to talk about much about those. Brewing stands, I just never really like got. I just, it's just too complicated for me to make potions and stuff.
Yeah.
And then TNT was cool and all, but I mean, besides just like blowing up the feast in MCPVP, or like, I don't know, making some kind of giant explosion, didn't really mean too much to me. And then I don't know, lily pad was cool because of my cool lily pad stomp that I made. That was like one of the coolest things of all time.
Yeah.
In MCPVP. But yeah, that's all my honorable mentions. If you guys have anything else to say, go for it.
Yeah, the redstone, I guess, was the only thing. I think a lot of people that use redstone also do creative, just because it's easier to get redstone. So I think, yeah, that's the only thing I wanted to mention. But I guess my honorable mentions real quick. Smoothstone, I was surprised. I thought that's the one I thought PaperNapkin would go with instead of Cobble. The Bedrock was one, but you can't really use Bedrock, so yeah, kind of low.
Still
Gold
cool,
Block, yeah, still cool. Pumpkin was on there. I do think pumpkins are pretty cool. Jack-o'-lanterns specifically as well. Obsidian, I'm surprised no one went with Obsidian. I had wool on mine. Note Block, I thought Note Block was going to be on there, but Jukebox I think is just a better version of that. And then a furnace as well. That was be on there. Oh, Ender Chest too. I also thought Ender Chest.
Nice. Yeah, I think you guys kind of hit all the honorable mentions. I think the only ones that I have that are different are maybe Sandstone, just because it gave you another common block to build with and kind of change the aesthetic of things. I also like using signs. Like, I love putting, like, especially if you're doing like multiplayer with people, like you can sneak into the house and like put a sign down with a little message.
I didn't even think about signs. That's funny.
Yeah, me neither.
I think one of my favorite moments, I remember in MCPVP when we get down to like just our group, or like our team that we had. It's like, how are we going to decide the victor? Sometimes it'd be like a death fight or whatever. And then there was this one, there was this one time where it was involved with a sign, right? It was like pick. It was like if you pick the wrong,
pick a number.
It was like a roulette or something like that, where
Yeah.
You can place the sign on 4 different blocks and the person couldn't see. And if you picked like 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it turned out to be 1, 2, or it turned out to be the same number, the person could just go and kill you. And it was like roulette
Yeah.
with like signs.
Yeah.
It
We
was
would
like
just go back and forth until someone
just like
won.
the
I think.
stupid things we came up with signs.
Yeah.
It was just so
Yeah.
dumb. But yeah, that's a good one. And you could write at them. Yeah, signs were cool. I like that. All right. Well,
Awesome.
is that all the honorable mentions that we
I
have?
guess it's.
I think that's a sign to wrap things up.
I think that is a sign to wrap things up. We are finishing this pretty late. We started pretty
Especially
late.
those wooden planks.
No reason in particular that we started the recording later than we would have liked.
Nope, none at all. No reason.
No, none at all. Awesome. I really enjoyed this episode. This is really fun to talk about Minecraft, something that is near and dear to all three of our hearts, and
Yeah.
and also
A lot of nostalgia.
And something that when I think of top video games for me, and they'll eventually most likely be a What's Your Rushmore episode, of course, is like video games in general.
Yeah.
Minecraft is no doubt near the top. It would be on my Rushmore. So giving some of picks away for that episode in the future. There's other good video games out there, of course, but Minecraft was one that I look at, and I played it in like 3 different times in my life: high school, college, post-college. And those are, it's like it's rare for a video game to last that long. The only other video game that's really lasted that is like Pokemon for me. Like I played it in childhood, and I've kind of played it in different versions all the way through. But I think Pokemon's really special, and Minecraft's pretty special. So
the most value I've ever got from a game.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like $10.
Exactly. And it's not like for Pokemon, I've spent so much money, right? For Minecraft, I've only ever spent the money for the game. And then for different mods and for MCPVP, I've spent for like kits and stuff here and there, but definitely like less than $50, where in comparison, like Call of Duty, I paid for like all these Call of Duties throughout the years. And then for Pokemon, I've played all these different Pokemon games. I've played the card game. I have a tattoo on my body of Pokemon. Like I've spent a lot of money on Pokemon. Great episode, guys. For those of you listening on YouTube, if you want to go check out the podcast on Podbean or on Apple Podcast, hopefully in the future I'll be on other podcast sites, looking to try to get it on like Spotify and stuff like that, but it's a process. And I'll put out episodes on YouTube every once in a while, but if you like this, if you enjoyed it, then go follow those things if you want to listen to more. I'd like to thank my special guests, Aiden and Peter, for being on this episode. Is there anything you guys would like to shout out or make people aware of or anything?
Just this podcast, definitely take a listen. We do many random topics, so definitely funny and recommend it.
I'd like to give a shout out to the TAC1421 YouTube channel. He's got some pretty good quick clips and MCPVP Minecraft videos. If guys
I don't really post on YouTube anymore.
I mean, if they're looking for that nostalgia, right?
That's
listening
true.
to this.
Yeah.
I'm trying. But other than that,
go ahead.
Other than that, not much else going on. Just hopefully people are enjoying the podcast. Send us your fan art if you have any pictures of our
that's the big thing that I want to do eventually. Like if this gets a following at all, is to have people either send in their version of the Rushmore for that week, or to have whatever guests are on, like make a drawing of like theirs, or my, mine or my special guest. Like that would just be really cool if they can. I think that's kind of like a down the road thing by like episode 50 or 75 or 100 or something. If someone's really into it and a really good artist that can just kind of do that, that would just be so awesome to have. Yeah, cool. This has gone on long enough. Not that I don't enjoy talking to you guys, but it is 12:21 a.m. and I am very tired, so we need to wrap this up. So I think we've said all we need to say, and the only thing to say to everyone else is goodbye. Farewell.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.
The alarm clock app. Don't be late like Aiden.